everyone, it's Emma here. So today we're going to be doing some more easy florals for your bullet journals, and let's stick with a Christmas theme, being as it's the week before Christmas. I hope you're all ready for Christmas and looking forward to the festive period and enjoying some time with your friends and family. So for our flower this week, let's do some mistletoe. I think it's nice and fitting for this time of year. So we're going to be starting off, and we're going to be using 2 size Pigma Microns today. We're going to be using 005, which is the really thin one, and we're going to be using a 05, which is, what size are you? 0.45 millimeters, so it's a bit of a thicker line. Righty, let's get going. So starting off with our 05, which is the thicker line, we're going to start off, let's just zoom you in a little bit more, take you here, right, okay, we're going to start off, there we go, that's it, by drawing our stem. Now I'm going to, because mistletoe hangs over, I'm going to start the stem off in the corner here, and we're going to take it on an angle coming this way. So, stem of the mistletoe is going to come down, and the other side we're going to do the same thing. So there's our first 2 lines, there's our stem. Now then we get a sort of triangle shape, so we're going to make it wider at the end of the stem here so that it can come off in 2 branches. So let's do our next branch. So from that curve we're going to have a branch here, and we're going to have a branch across here. So we have a fork where the 2 branches split, and then where we have that sort of little triangle shape, from around the middle of it here, we're going to bring our next stem down like this, and our other stem down like this. So we sort of have a thicker bit here going into a slimmer bit here, and a thicker bit here going to a slimmer part here. Now the next thing we're going to do is, mistletoe sort of has these little knobbly bits on the branch, so I'm just going to draw one of those in there, and we're also going to section this branch off. So we're going to have a little knobbly bit there where the branch sections off. Let's zoom you in a little bit more so you can see that. Right, so we have this little knobbly bit here where the branch sections off, and then it's going to meet again. So we're going to do a shorter end where it meets, and then it's going to come down like that. So it's almost like connecting little bits of bone together. Now we'll stay with this one first of all. So where we have these knobbly bits, I'm going to draw our first berry. So there's one berry on his own just over here, and from this point here where these knobbly bits are, we're going to have our first leaf come out. Now the leaves on mistletoe are really quite simple to draw. They just come over and round in a typical normal leaf shape, really simple. There's our first leaf. Then from this second part here, I'm going to draw the second leaf coming out, and again nice simple leaf shape, just like that. So there is our first branch over there. Now for the next one, where we've got that, we're going to continue where we had that knobbly bit there, sorry, on the opposite side of that stem. We're going to continue our stem down, and then we're going to draw a sort of, how can I put it, like a little teardrop shape here at the end there, like that. and then we're going to have our 2 leaves come off there. So again, nice simple leaf shape. And on the other side, another nice simple leaf shape. So there's our 2 leaves for that side. Now our berries here, we're going to have one coming from behind the branch. So we start it there, take the line round to meet the other part of the stem, and then the back of that berry is going to be covered by that stem. And we're going to have another berry coming from behind that. So if you imagine where your berry would lie, it would be behind this one. So you can sort of trace it round with the pen, but not draw. And there's another berry behind that. Then we're going to have another berry coming from behind these 2. So imagine where the shape of your circle would be and take it round. And there's the outline of our mistletoe. So we're going to switch over now, and we're going to switch to the 005, which is the thinnest one, and we're going to add a bit of detail to our berry first. So let's see if I can take you a little bit further so I can show you what I'm doing in the berry. That's it. So we're going to, berries have sort of the little, what can I call them? Sort of little seedy bits at the end. I don't know the proper term, sorry about that. But anyway, right, we're going to draw a tiny little circle here. Right there. And then we're going to do 4 little dots around it. Just like that. And then we're going to repeat that over here. So we're going to have our little circle here, and then 4 little dots around it, and again over here. And now this one would probably just be seen because it's hidden behind the other one. So we'll do a half circle there, and just 2 dots around that one, like that. Now for our leaves, there's really not much to mistletoe leaves. So using our fine lines, we're just going to simply come down and go back up and down and go back up, another one up, just following the shape of that leaf, just like that. And then we're going to do the same over here. So we're going to go down and up, down. So there we go, so our mistletoe is starting to look really nice already. And then let's move over to the other branch. And again, do exactly the same thing, just drawing in some fine veins on those leaves. There we go, let's just zoom you out a bit. And there, that is as simple as that. A lovely mistletoe branch. Really quick and easy to do. Now I have actually designed a little cover page for you. I've designed this one for January because January is coming up, and I'll show you how I'm going to ink it in. So I've actually drawn it in pencil for you so you can watch as I ink it all in, and if you want to use this for ideas then feel free to go ahead. So there's our drawing. Oh, we'll have to zoom that out. Okay, so here is the cover page that I've designed for you. I don't know whether you can see that very well with the light, but we've got lots of mistletoe branches here, one coming up from the bottom and some coming from the top and down. I've put a little quote at the top there, and then just a calendar page. So let's go and ink that in together. And again, we're just going to be using the same 2 pens. I'm going to be outlining all of the mistletoe in the 05 and then adding the little details in the 005. So this will show you how I sort of put things down and go behind the other branches and stuff like that. So let's get going, and I just hope you can see it's quite awkward for me to draw straight on. I have a real issue with doing that. Okay, so there is the mistletoe design, and that's all inked in, and you can really see the difference between using different white lines of how the detail stands out against the outline, and it adds really nice different elements to your design. So next thing, I'm just going to go ahead and ink in this calendar and this little quote, and then we are finished. Right then, so there is our finished cover page. So I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope it's shown you that it can be really simple to make a beautiful effective cover page just using one flower and just by varying weights of lines, because that's all we've done here. We've simply used a thicker line for the outline and a thinner line to add a tiny bit of detail, and it really is effective in your work. So I hope you found it helpful, and if you did enjoy, then please give it a like and subscribe down below, and that lets me know that you like my videos and that you'd like to see more. If you've got any feedback, then please leave me a comment, and other than that, I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas, and I'll see you soon. Bye!